a lot more coming. We're gonna keep them talking, laugh when they're talking, yeah. We've got a lot more coming.
Of the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to another episode of Speak On It. I am your host, Kanisha Flavia, and you are tuned into Hitz FM 92.1 in the north and 91.1 in the south. We are also streamed live on UTV channel 124. Also, we are streamed on our Facebook pages of UTV 124 and also Hitz FM Facebook page as well. I want to say a pleasant good evening to those listening in the Caribbean, those listening in Barbados, St. Martin, St. Vincent. A very good evening to my friend over there in Jamaica who is tuned in to Speak On It. Again, also those listening in the diaspora, London, England, Ontario, Canada, New York specifically. Good evening to you, Dawn McDonald. Thank you so much for tuning in, and all the others who are tuned in via that medium. As usual, we have a lot of information to share with you during the course of this evening's program. And just to reiterate that the intention of the show is to disseminate information, discuss the issues, and to present the achievements by the present government. And I'll be hearing from you when you will be receiving the opportunity to give us a call here at 489-4781. 489-4781. I do hope that everyone had a great weekend. It was a packed weekend for quite a lot of us. Those who enjoyed Mary's Passer, apparently it was hijacked by a political actor, and but I heard that the event went well, and big up to you, Mary, over there in New Village. Also, over the weekend, we were celebrating the La Rose Fest Festival. It was celebrated by different groups in St. Lucia, as with everywhere else in the world today. And the celebration was affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. And like previous years, we had no national event. But what we saw was the little communities coming together and participating and showcasing our culture of what the La Rose Festival is. We also have a lot of persons throughout the years who have worked hard to keep the culture alive, and by celebrating our flower festival year in and year out. And this year, like I said, was no exception. Despite of COVID-19, everyone, those in the community went ahead and have the celebration. What we will do as of this moment is to take in this video by the Oleon La Rose group, who went ahead with the celebration of the La Rose Festival. I hope you enjoy. Let's take in this video.
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw the Olio people getting on DB out there for the La Rose Festival, and that is a norm with Olio. Usually they have a second day of celebration, but due to COVID-19, that have stopped for this year. So hoping next year we will get a full celebration, of the La Rose Festival. Again, we had, like I said, we had quite a lot of things going on during the weekend. Another event which I partake in this weekend was the United Workers' Party Youth Conference, which was held on Sunday yesterday at the HRDC Center in Grosili, the new building in Grosili. And I must say this was a great event that was held by the United Workers' Party Youth Arm, and at that event we were able, the youth of different constituencies, we had under a little less than 200 youth across the country, especially whilst we continue to practice social distancing and the COVID protocols and obey them. We had less than 200 youths around the constituency, around the country rather, come in to celebrate the youth of our nation. And at that youth conference, we were able to go ahead and elect a new youth executive, a vibrant youth executive, and I am indeed proud and happy that we were able to do that, and we look forward to the role that each and everyone will play in their different roles. So I want to congratulate this time the new executive. We have Jeshron Andrew, who was elected as the president. We also have as vice president Winston Dubule. Jeshron is from the community of the constituency of Grosili. Winston Dubule as the vice president. He is from the constituency of Babonneau. Zena George, the first vice president from the constituency of Micoud North. Nicole Jules, the secretary from the constituency of Dennery North. We have Verna Simon, the treasurer from the constituency of Soufrière Fort Saint-Jacques, and the public relations officer was voted in as Ulrika Frederick from the constituency of Choiseul-Saltibus. Ulrika Frederick from the constituency of Choiseul-Saltibus was elected as the public relations officer for the youth arm. Also, Vincent London Jr., this is the son of the candidate who is vying for the candidacy of, to be the power rep rather, for the Vieux-Fort North seat. And Vincent London is the assistant PRO, treasurer / secretary. So Vincent London Jr., the assistant PRO, treasurer / secretary. And the floor members, we have Richard Joseph, Anya Kirkert from Grosili, Rondell Chowry from Ancillary, Georges James, Claudette Innocent, and Marville Jules from Dennery North. And again, I want to congratulate this group of young people who have come forward to serve on the executive of the United Workers' Party Youth Arm, and we look for great things from that group, and the constituency, different branches are there to assist in whatever way possible that they can. In the photo above, you can see the amount, the persons who were there at the conference. And it was a packed hall of young people. I've had different messages sent to me via social media of young persons interested in joining the youth in their constituency. And what if you are interested, what I would suggest that you do is to get in contact with your different branches, and they will be able to forward you to the respective person to go ahead and sign up with the youth arm. Okay, so again, I want to congratulate everyone who participated in the conference yesterday. It was an eye-opening for us, and we had a great time and a lot of information being disseminated at that conference. Also, during the weekend, we had a new mural erected at Point Seraphine by Invest St. Lucia. And in the photo, you would see the delegates of Shroselle. They were able to go to the mural to take some pictures and pose it off for the other delegates. And the constituency of Shroselle, the young people, they are the ones in the photo. And we have Alika, Kimi, and some others who are in the photo. Again, anyone who wants to go ahead and take photos, you are welcome to do so. And we want to thank Invest St. Lucia for going ahead and have that done. Okay, so we will take a short break at this moment, and we will be right back with more information. Stay tuned to Speak on It.
Keep talking.
UTV.
I know you
got it. If you identify with the most pulsating, the most riveting, the most eye-capturing UTV. To advertise with UTV, dial 484-7588 or 572-7588. For some of the most competitive rates, amazing programming, and bang for your buck. The most popular streaming channel, UTV 124 on Facebook. Get it now. Check us out on Instagram at UTV 124. Email us utvslu@gmail.com. UTV. It's not just for me. It's definitely TV for you.
With all that's happening around us, simple adjustments are necessary to keep us all safe. When calling 911, we may need a little more information to deploy the right personnel and protocols. You may be asked about your travel history, signs and symptoms, contact and movement history, and whether others in your household are exhibiting similar symptoms. Please be patient and cooperative during this time to ensure you receive the best possible care while keeping our first responders safe.
It's hurricane season. Know the BBCs of water safety. Boil or bleach and clean. Boil. Bring water to a rolling boil for at least 5 minutes. Cool and then use immediately or store in a clean container and seal until needed for use. Bleach. If you cannot boil water, use 8 drops of unscented bleach for each gallon of water. Stir and let stand for 30 minutes. Use immediately or store in a clean container and seal until needed for use. Clean. Always clean all containers with bleach and wash out thoroughly before storing water in them.
This message brought to you courtesy the Bureau of Health Education of the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Vision Express, for the best eye care and hearing services. One-stop location for all your eye care needs with 4 locations: Rodney Bay, Gablewoods, Castries, and Viewport. Quality frames for kids, adults, and seniors. Frames starting from $195. Get your glasses ready in 1 hour. With a team of experienced ophthalmologists, Vision Express specializes in glaucoma treatment and management, cataract surgery, detached retina, and other minor and major eye surgeries in their state-of-the-art surgery center in Rodney Bay. Vision Express offers the very latest Angioplex OCT for diabetic retinopathy and glaucoma with micropulse, yellow laser, and Avastin treatment. Vision Express Hearing. Latest hearing aid technology, wax removal, hearing tests, and more. Vision Express. Call us today for all your eye care and hearing needs. Can you see me now?
Keep talking. Let them talk. Keep
Welcome back to Speak On It. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. I want to say good evening to those in Radio Land. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, those watching us via UTV channel 124 and also our Facebook page, UTV 124 and Hitz FM. Okay, so over the weekend, last week, Friday rather, I received quite a lot of calls Friday morning and messages asking if I was listening to Richard Frederick's show the night before, which was the Thursday. I do not watch Richard's show. I can say that from the get-go. If any information is said about me, I would take some time, although it's very hard to do, I will take some time to listen to Richard's show. And the very first part of his show I was asked to go ahead and listen to. It was a lot of noise and a lot of shouting, but I muster the strength to go on and listen to Richard. He was making reference to a villa, or two villas rather, that were bought by the Minister of Education and the Pal Rep for the constituency of Mikut North, Honorable Gail T.C. Rigobert. I stayed and I listened, and I was wondering what the issue was and what was going on. And a lot of persons heard the information that was put out there by Richard and the questions that he asked and all the untruths that was said in that clipping. I'm not going to go ahead and relay the information. I'm sure that a lot of persons have that information. But what I want to say, urge to St. Lucian, that before you go ahead and drink information that is presented by a questionable character like Richard Frederick, I would suggest that you make the necessary calls and find out what the information that he is going out there and giving to the public. Because I have been in the situation where he has shared information on his show that was untrue about me, and I could have taken the step further, but I decided to let it go. Because, like I've always said, I know myself, and no one can tell my story the way that I can. Okay? And like as I was stating with reference to the Villa saga with Gail Rigobert, what I got to know was that it is true that Gail Rigobert has a company, Propel Limited, and that she did purchase those two condos under the name of her company. What I came across, or the information that I got, was that the company which Honorable Gail bought the villas from was filed for bankruptcy. The company filed for bankruptcy, and the villas at the time belonged to the bank. The bank had an auction, and there were many persons involved in that auction, and Honorable Gail went ahead and did her bidding, and she won the bid. The bid was won, and then she was able to get a loan from her credit union in Monrepo, supporting local credit union, and were able to purchase those villas with that loan. So what I am stating is that we've heard quite a lot of information about Richard, and that is the truth of the matter. Those villas were the previous owner filed for bankruptcy, and the loans, the villas were up for auction. The bidding went through, the bidding process went through, and Honorable Gail T.C. Rigobert won the bidding process. She received the loan at her credit union in her constituency, the constituency that she represents, and she was able to purchase those villas at the price that the loan was received. So, like I have stated, there are a lot of information that is being shared on Richard's show, like it's the gospel truth, and honestly, it is not. Like I said, I have been a victim of the untruth that he has spread, the fabricated information that he has spread. During my tenure as the public relations officer, before that, I was unemployed. And I was unemployed for a while, and I received the post as the public relations officer for the United Workers' Party. Before that, 3 months before, I never knew that I would have gotten this opportunity. 3 months before, I was offered a contract of $20,000. I'm going to say, because all the information is out there, we know all the information. He has placed it on his show, and we know the information. So I'm just going to delve into what it really was, or what it really is, rather. So the contract was in the amount of $20,000. The work was completed, and it was a footpath and drain in my community during the time. Okay? The contract was completed. I paid the guys who did the work, and especially guys who worked from the community itself who did the work on the footpath. I got the opportunity to be the United Workers' Party Public Relations Officer. I took with the opportunity and I ran with it. During that time, I was never a contractor or received a contract. The contract was before my post as the United Workers' Party PRO. Okay? There were other contracts being distributed in the constituency, and 3 of those of the contract was a lady from Oleon. My brother received the contract. He went to for the assistance, and he received it, and also a cousin of mine went for the assistance and received it as well. So Richard Frederick on his show in 2018 posted that contract on his show on national television and stated that the contract was in my name, and I received the contract and for $43,000, and it was all over. And I want you to listen to the clip where he stated that the contract. Watch carefully as to the name that is on the contract, and you will see for yourself the amount of fabrication, the amount of lies this man continues to spread just because he has an issue with Alan Chasney and the United Workers' Party. Let's take a listen to that video.
Have a look at the latest one that was issued this month.
Let's stop it right here.
See?
Okay, so at the top, you can see the name Kieran K. Flavian. My name is Kenisha Krisa Flavian. Let's continue.
This one was just given. So while she's the PRO of UWP, she's at the office in View Fort, making young people believe that she's doing something to assist them. She secures yet another CDP contract for the sum of $43,000 $456.84 for herself. For herself. Folks, the truth is, it's all about money.
So there you have it, folks. There you have this man continue to spread false information for the people of St. Lucia. He continues to intimidate people, but like I've said, I can never be intimidated. And he continues to every Thursday attack people because they don't agree to what he is doing. And I want to say that a lot of things he did say on that day about me with reference to sexual partners I've had, or those who he thought that I may have slept with. I mean, a man who is vying to be a minister in government again. This is not what we want to represent us in St. Lucia, and we cannot allow this man to continue to do what he is doing. And I'm hoping that Honorable Gail Rigobert take the necessary step that she needs to take, and to keep this man's mouth closed once and for all. And it cannot continue, it must stop. Okay, now I'm not going to dwell on that issue. I've told you the truth of the matter of the Gail Rigobert Villa saga, and what I'm going to do is to continue on with what the show is intended for, providing the information of the government, the achievements, the policies that we have put in place for the people, for the young people, and that is what I will continue to do on the show. Okay, so as it relates to the achievements that are taking place in the community so far, or rather the country so far, we have quite a lot of road rehabilitation. We can remember that it was Emma Hippolyte who stated in the interview with the hot seat that she was not able to, or the party, the Labour Party, in their last tenure was not able to go ahead and fix the road rehabilitation all over the constituency. They had no money to do it, and you have seen the United Workers' Party administration come in and have done quite a lot in road rehabilitation for the people of St. Lucia. So we're going to focus on the achievements as it relates to road rehabilitation, what are ongoing so far, and I will be more than happy to share that information to you, the people of St. Lucia. Okay, the achievements so far, we have the upper and lower New Development Road. Okay, on the screen we're going to take in this video. Okay, the upper and lower New Development Road in Soufrière is experiencing unprecedented transformation by our team of proud workers down there. Currently, construction crew are at work delivering better roads which will connect the community with new opportunities. This project so far have employed over 150 skilled workers from the town of Soufrière. And we see the PAL rep for Soufrière, the Honorable Harold Stanislas. He has done quite a lot of work in Soufrière for the people of Soufrière. After 4 years in government, he has done quite a lot of work. And like he stated in Parliament once, he has never been a deputy prime minister. He has never been the Minister of Infrastructure. He has never been the Minister of Tourism. But what he has done for the people of Soufrière as being the Minister within the Ministry of Agriculture and Physical Planning is that he has provided more than what a deputy leader as well as a Minister of Infrastructure have provided during the last term of the Labour Party. And you have seen the PAL rep for Soufriere going ahead and providing for his people the relief, and he continues to provide, and the work never stops. Okay, also we have the Union Grand Riviere Corinth Road Reconstruction Project, which is taking place in the constituency of Gros-Islet. And we see the Gros-Islet constituency have about 400 plus roads that needs reconstructing. And you see Spider doing a great job up there, providing for his people the road relief that is needed, because let's remember that Emma in her last 10 years was not able to get the funds to provide the road rehabilitation for the people of that constituency. So what I'm going to do as of this moment is to play a short clip with the communications officer of from the Ministry of Infrastructure, as well as the civil engineer with the for the contractor who is in charge of that road rehabilitation. Let's take a listen.
Here at C.O. Williams. Tracy, thank you so much for joining us on this program.
Thank you.
Okay, Tracy, the project duration is March through to October. Bring us up to speed. What have we done so far, and what has your team achieved?
Well, so far we've accomplished retaining wall. We have actually 3 retaining walls on this project. We have completed one. And with the second one, we have done the stem for it. So we'll be pouring the concrete for the, well, we have to put an upstand on it right now, and we have to backfill it with aggregate. The last wall, we're currently working on the steelwork for the wall. So we're hoping to pour the concrete by tomorrow or day after. In terms of walkway, as you can see, we're currently working on setting up for the walkway. We have done some excavation today, and the lay-by area we've already set out for it as well in terms of a curb and slipper drain, and we'll be extending the walkway up to U Brown and back past U Brown. So within this area, which is phase 3, we are currently working on it, and by Wednesday we'll be working near the Dimpelet area in terms of drainage. As it pertains to the Corinth area, we are currently working on the repair work to the walkway. We have raised the walkway in certain areas just to accommodate the new road surface, and we have some drainage repairs to do as well. So we are currently working on the project so that we can try our best to complete within the anticipated time.
There's also been some inconveniences to the residents and all road users here along the project site, some of whom have complained about the dust. Tell us, what has your team at C.O. Williams done to remedy this situation?
We've tried our best to, we try to work with the residents, and we have some signs around highlighting the inconveniences and delays. However, since we've had some issue a few weeks ago, some time ago we reclaimed and we sealed the surface, but we went back and we sealed it again just to reduce the dust. So we're trying to work with the residents and would like to please tell them, please bear patience with us, but we would also like to hear the complaints to ensure that we have them that they are comfortable.
And what is the methodology that your team is engaged here? We understand that the project has been divided into phases. How does it actually work?
Well, the phases were mainly for diversions and also for emphasis for the school area. So in terms of the Corinth area, back to the junction, Marisil-Gros-Islet Junction, this is one phase. From the supermarket to just lower down is one phase. From here to the Granvia is one phase. And from back to Granvia to Dimpelet is another phase. So the idea is to ensure that we have the work organized properly for management reasons.
One of the critical phases is phase 1, where you have the current secondary school located. Will we be out of that area before the reopening of school?
Actually, this is why we stressed where we worked on the sidewalk from this location. As you know, there was some existing sidewalk, which had to be raised because the whole road surface will be raised. So we're presently walking from there back to phase 2.
And finally, Tracy, what assurances can you give the residents here and the entire nation that CO Williams will deliver this project as per the specifications and the standards?
We are working overtime to ensure that we meet the time. We are trying our best. If there are any complaints, we're willing to accept the complaints and work on it. We don't want to inconvenience anyone. We would like to deliver the work on time, but we have some issues in terms of probably rain. We are working within the rainy season, but we're trying our best. We have extended our hours for that purpose. And the other thing, like sometimes you might get some pegs along the road. We're trying to ensure that we set up sometimes.
Okay, so there you have it, the update on the Union Grand Riviere Corinth Road Reconstruction Project. And you saw the update from the Communications Officer, Shannon Labon, in the Ministry of Infrastructure, as well as the engineer with CO Williams Company. Okay, also we have the update on the Labon Reconstruction Project, which is now in full swing. The Labon Road Reconstruction Project is now in full swing in the constituency of Grosley. And I've been reading the comments on Facebook, and someone stated that all those projects are election project. Allow me to state that those projects have been in the pipeline for some time, and it has always been the plans of the United Workers' Party government, the Alan Chasney government, to go ahead and reconstruct each and every road in St. Lucia, especially those that are not passable. And it's not an election project. Those projects have been in the pipeline. So let's take an update from the communications officer also again for the Labon Road Reconstruction Project.
Welcome back to Eyes on the Road. So a mere 10 days following community consultation here in the picturesque community of Labon, work has commenced to deliver better roads to the residents of this community nestled in Moshi. This project is being delivered by CIE Construction Company Limited under the Design, Finance, Construct arrangement. Miss Yolanda Antoine is a civil engineer on the project team getting the job done.
Hi, I'm Yolanda Antoine, civil engineer with the Ministry of Infrastructure, Port Energy and Labour. I am right now at Labon. It's part of Grosley where a road construction project is happening. Previously, it was just a dirt road in a very poor condition. It was hardly even motorable. Only four-wheel drives could make it past this point here, and it was difficult for that to happen. So what's happening now is the contractor is laying a layer of a regulating course just to make it a little more motorable whilst before the actual structural surface can be placed. And the role of the Ministry of Infrastructure is to manage the project basically. So we'll be managing the quality of the road, so we have a lot of quality control aspects to that project. We'll be also managing in terms of cost, so we really have to supervise and ensure that the contractor is doing what is required of him at reasonable cost. When this road is complete, obviously the members of this community will have a smooth ride. They would be able to get to their homes easily and safely. It would also, well, although it's only part of the road that'll be done, it would also help with the people who wanting to traverse to the beach. At least halfway of the road will be done, so it will be easier to get there. So it's not only for the community, but for the whole of St. Lucia at large. During the construction projects, we want people to be as safe as possible. Look out for the signs because there will be signage all around the road.
Okay, so you have another update from the Ministry of Infrastructure as it relates to the Labon Road reconstruction. And as the civil engineer said, that road was unpassable. We only were able to have a four-wheel drive to go ahead and traverse the road. So we are indeed the people of Labon are indeed elated that they will be receiving a full reconstruction of the Labon Road. Other roads that are under construction as of this moment is the Piat Grand Riviere Road, that's also in the constituency of Grosley. And like I said, there are quite a lot of road reconstruction going on in the constituency. And some people will say, the United Workers' Party only building roads. That we don't only build roads. We are building roads. We are fixing the schools. We are fixing the economy. We are trying to make St. Lucia a better place to live, work, and to vacation as well. Okay, other ongoing projects that are happening in the different constituencies under the Ministry of Infrastructure, we have the Blanchard Road reconstruction, the Trura Road reconstruction, the Mondudor to Balata Road. Those roads are being reconstructed as we speak. Savan Aho Road is also being constructed in Babono. The Plateau Road, Gara Road, the Deramo Wall, the Larituet Road, Debara to Louvet Road, the Upper and Lower New Development Road in Soufrière, which I spoke of earlier, the Blackstone in Jacmel, or rather Blackstone in Jacmel, Bon Lobel Road in Dennery Village, that is the constituency of Dennery South, represented by the PAL rep, the Honorable Estefan. Also the Mikud Cemetery Road, and the Patience Link Road. So again, you've seen the government taking the step to going ahead and fix those the roads for the people of St. Lucia, because let's remember the roads were left in a dilapidated condition, and it had to take the United Workers' Party government to come in and present to the people of St. Lucia the basic things that are needed for our country. So we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we will open the lines to hear your views and your concerns. Stay tuned. You're locked into Speak On It. Stay tuned.
Keep talking.
Vision Express, for the best eye care and hearing services. One-stop location for all your eye care needs, with 4 locations: Rodney Bay, Gablewoods, Castries, and Beaufort. Quality frames for kids, adults, and seniors. Frames starting from $195. Get your glasses ready in 1 hour. With a team of experienced ophthalmologists, Vision Express specializes in glaucoma treatment and management, cataract surgery, detached retina, and other minor and major eye surgeries in their state-of-the-art surgery center in Rodney Bay. Vision Express offers the very latest Angioplex OCT for diabetic retinopathy and glaucoma with micropulse, yellow laser, and Avastin treatments. Vision Express Hearing. Latest hearing aid technology, wax removal, hearing tests, and more. Vision Express. Call us today for all your eye care and hearing needs. Can you see me now?
Welcome to the Entertainment Nation on steroids. UTV and Hitz FM, sinking the eyes and the ears of tomorrow today. Not only can you see it, you can feel it. Airing on channel 124 or tune into radio 92.1 FM is Trisha Lionel in the morning at 11. Also airing live with Lisa and the ever controversial Revolution with Christopher Hunt. That's right, we don't do it normal. Stay locked in with UTV and Hitz FM, channel 124 and 92.1 FM. UTV, TV for you.
Let them talk, keep them talking.
And we are back with more of Speak On It. We will be taking your calls right now. You can give us a call at 489-4781, 489-4781, and let's speak on it. Okay, well, let us say good evening to persons on the live Facebook feed. Paul Ward, good evening to you. Lynthia Anthony over there in Barbados, good evening to you. Also, we have Junior Cartel, good evening to you as well. And all those who are on the live feed, thank you so much. Again, you can call us at 489-4781, 489-4781, and let's speak on it. Okay, on Monday, August 24th, 2020, a comprehensive discussion and presentation on the proposed reopening of schools were given by the different panelists, the panelists who were on board, which included the Chief Medical Officer. Okay, we have a call coming in. Let's take that call. Good evening. Thank you for calling Speak On It. Hello.
Thank you for answering my phone.
Good evening. Thank you for calling Speak On It.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Welcome. What I want to say is that to leave people or the other following politicians' personal life out of it. What we want to see people like me is work. And both parties, I realize both parties doing it because they keep talking about the other opposition personal life, and to me it makes no sense. What are put in place for solutions? That's what I want to hear. So people's personal life and people's mistakes makes no sense. Like, come on, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has a personal life. Okay, so just talk about the work and try and forget about what people say about your personal life. But you don't have to prove that to anybody. Shasne don't have to prove that to anybody. That's why we have him there, just to work and see what he can do for the country. That's what I have to say. And keep on doing your thing and have a good night.
Okay, well, thank you so much for calling in, and stay tuned to Speak On It. We have a call coming in. Good evening. Thank you for calling Speak On It.
Yes, Speak On It. Good night.
Good evening.
I called to say I am so glad that you're doing the good work. Keep on doing the good work. And also, I want to say to the people of St. Lucia, they must be mindful with Cedric, because after the election, he himself offered himself that he could work with the United Workers' Party. And I don't know why now he's so against the same United Workers' Party. He had promised if they asked him to assist, he's willing to assist. And now he has a great problem with them. So it's very bad on his side.
Okay. Okay, well, I want to thank you for making your contribution. You can give us a call and let us speak on it, speak on the different information that have been disseminated on the show this evening. Okay, we continue to take your calls at 489-4781, 489-4781. So today at August 31st, okay, we have a call coming in. Good evening. Thank you for calling. Speak on it.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Yes. 2 shows ago, I asked a question and you promised to get the information. And I listened last week and I didn't hear.
Okay.
I tuned in a little late today, but I'm not sure, so I just want to make sure. Back to the roads. I asked what was the source that funded the reconstruction of the roads, and you said that you'd have gotten that information on that.
You said what was can you repeat that?
The source of funding. In addition to the $1.50 extra, which is how would I put it? It's put in a hole. That if I want to use local parlance, it's put in a hole in our pockets to pay that extra $1.50 on each gallon of gas. Apart from this, what other source of funding is being used to reconstruct the roads in St. Lucia?
Okay.
Because you promised to give me that answer 2 shows ago.
Okay. In addition to the $1.50 added on the gas, we have loans.
And excuse me, I'm going to listen on air, but I would like I expect that you came with documentation because you had 2 weeks to get it. So I'm going to listen on your show.
Ma'am, allow me
so
to
I
answer the
expect some
question. Don't tell me what I should and shouldn't have done. Okay?
But you said you'd have gotten the
answer.
So I'm telling you, I hope that you have documentation because I cannot take anybody's word. I need to see black and white the information that you had 2 weeks to get for me. I'm listening on the show. Thank you.
Okay. Like I stated, on addition to the $1.50 that was added on the gas for road reconstruction, there are loans that are being sorted out for the road reconstruction by the Alan Chasley administration, and you should know about that, or you should know about that, ma'am. Okay, we have a message here on WhatsApp that says, Kanisha, you're doing a good job. I'm tuned in and I'm happy to see the UWP is doing right by the people of St. Lucia. We have been neglected too long by the SLP. I can see we're moving forward in the right direction, and you have it just right. You have that information just right. Thank you so much for going ahead and sending us your messages. We also have another message via WhatsApp here. It says, I saw the most disgusting thing this weekend. A grown man, aspiring politician and lawyer, flashing $100 bills as prize money for underage and barely legal fields to win free and gyrate sexually before a large crowd at New Village. He wore no mask and neither did the persons there. He hijacked the event to make it all about him in this corona pandemic. His behavior was reckless and déclassé, with the sole intention to push his political agenda. I wonder if he would have encouraged a daughter of his to behave in like manner. This is the bottom of the barrel. Shame, shame, shame. Okay? We're going to go ahead and take that call. Good evening. Thank you for calling. Speak on it.
Hello? Is that community activities?
Hello?
Is that the community activities?
Ma'am, if you don't have anything to say, go and find something to do. Okay? Don't waste people's time here. Allez acheter travail pour faire. Vous pas rien pour faire. You're like too idle. Okay? We are focusing on the work of the country, and we will continue to go ahead and do what is right by the people of the country. Okay, we have 3 minutes after 7. We're going to go over our time. Just give us a call here, 489-4781. We accept your WhatsApp call. We accept your WhatsApp messages, and you can call us via the regular line. Okay? And as I was saying, today, okay, the calls are coming in fast. Good evening. Thank you for calling.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. I am just going to say, to begin with, before I start what I have to say for this call, that I am not necessarily a supporter. I'm not on the same side as you. However, I believe in fairness. I believe in being fair. First and foremost, I'm a St. Lucian and I am a woman. I was very, very displeased with the way that Dr. Robert was disrespected on Richard's show. I thought it was very distasteful. I will say it straight and categorically. It doesn't mean that I side or I support corruption or any of that. But I just think that in our political debate that there should be a line on either side. There should be a line and a limit as to what accusations we can hurl at one another, because we are all St. Lucians at the end of the day, and we have to remember. You understand? And sometimes too, St. Lucians tend to be jealous of one another.
Can I stop you for a few?
You understand?
Can I stop you for a few, caller? You said you don't support corruption. Do you think that corruption was involved in the Gales?
I don't know. Okay. I honestly don't know. I was not. I'm not in the lady's shoes. I know that if you're making a certain amount of money, you can seek various forms of financing. I know that the lady operates at a professional level, and she would probably earn a certain salary, which will afford her various opportunities. So I'm not in any way saying that she has. I don't know. Understand? So unless some other type of objective proof can be given, and I honestly think there should be some type of investigation as to the disclosure of certain documents at certain times, because it doesn't bode very well for us as St. Lucians if we have to get foreign investment and so on. It doesn't look nice, and it gets ridiculous. And I'm not saying this because I'm a supporter of the UWP, because I'm not. I'm saying it because I'm a St. Lucian and I didn't think it was fair. I thought it was very disrespectful, and I would want to encourage Dr. Rigobert to come out and to, you understand, speak up and say for herself, because it was disrespectful, very.
Okay.
That's how I have to say.
Okay, well, thank you so much for calling in, and you have a good evening. Thank you for calling.
Yes.
Have a good one. Okay, we continue to take your calls here at 489-4781, 489-4781. Give us a call in, and you can speak on any of the topics I spoke on this evening. Okay, we have a call coming in. Thank you for calling. Speak on it. Go ahead.
Hi, good evening, Kanisha. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you this evening?
I'm doing wonderful. So I know since you deal with the name, my name is LJ Rush. Okay, and I would like to say, like, you're giving those hacks a lot of time. Because I feel they're trying to ridicule you, and when you come out with the information, they still come and they question your source. But then we have Richard and the other hacks like Chris and them, and they would speak on something and they would run with it like it's gospel truth. So if they accepting one guy would, like he would come and speak about Gail, and I'm happy with what you said today. So by tomorrow I'll be waiting to hear what they're going to say. So what I'm going to say, like my cousin Dr. Secret said, the moment anybody come and you feel like they're disrespecting you, you cut them off. Okay, Kanisha? That's my contribution.
Yes. Thank you so much for calling in and giving your views. We look forward to hearing from you next week for another episode of Speaking It. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Okay, it is 8 minutes past the hour of 7. We will take one more call, and have a call coming in. Thank you for calling. Hello. Thank you so much for calling and giving your views. Hello.
Hi, good night.
Good evening. Thank you for calling. Speak on it.
Two questions. Well, one of them I heard one of the callers previously asked, because I noticed you highlighted a lot of roads that are being done all over St. Lucia. And my question is, we keep comparing the difference between, and you mentioned when one time Minister Emma indicated that they had no monies to fix the roads. But are we going to be really honest about this, and really when we're explaining the road projects that have been going on, are we going to be very honest about it and indicate at the time when Minister Emma made that pronouncement, there was no $1.50 tax being collected to be used specifically for the roads. Roads, healthcare, education, these are shared things in the
You will agree that there were other means. You will agree that there were other means of obtaining funds, right? It does not have to be the 150 gas.
They never what?
I said you will agree that there were other means of obtaining funds in going ahead and providing us with good road rehabilitation.
There were other things, I'm going to admit that, but are you as well going to admit that now there is an additional tax on the backs of St. Lucians that is a revenue stream specifically for that reason? Are you going to admit that as well?
Well, that is the fact. And that was an initiative which was brought in by the... And so I would love that when we speak about these things, that we do not just tell the people, and on both sides, we do not just tell the people, these didn't do it for that, or that didn't do it for that. There are some of us who are a little more intelligent than that. And so we need to understand the environment within which the things happen for us to understand what it is. And we need to state these facts, because I think it's a psychological thing that we do. We give out part of the information and we don't give out of it. The second thing is that, I think that we need to be very clear when we give out information, because I heard just the caller before indicated that when hacks like Christopher Hunt and Richard Frederick say things, they take it for gospel, and then you come out and say that thing. And this is something that has always bothered me. How do we determine which one of you is actually speaking the truth on it? Because everybody seems to have a document. Everybody's coming in for documents. So how do you convince me as a young electorate that what you're saying is gospel, but what the next person is saying isn't? This is something that has bothered me. Christopher Hunt and Richard Frederick, you are practically a youth, I would assume. And so you now need to appeal to the youth, because we need to understand how do we differentiate between one and the next when one is pulling you on the right and one is pulling you on the left. And the final thing is, I am from the constituency of Beaufort North. I am not hearing you very clearly in terms of what you're responding. So I may just finish and then I can put the volume on my TV back on. The third thing is that I am from the constituency of Beaufort North. I remember maybe about 2 years ago in a conversation on maybe it was a social platform, about the roads within the Beaufort North constituency. We are aware that, for example, the Vijay Road, the Fokapesh Road, and many other roads within the constituency were earmarked to be done under the Q80 fund. Where is the Q80 fund now? Is the government tapping into the Q80 fund? Is there that sort of relationship between the government and the Q8? And why were these roads removed? So we now in Beaufort North are hearing roads being done everywhere around the place. But we too were promised that your own will be done soon, and we're not hearing anything about it. Is that a deliberate thing? And besides, coming on that same thing, just today, the very young man you mentioned, is it your PRO on the youth group or whatever, who eloquently added his bio that he's the son of the UWP candidate in that constituency. Ma'am, you've taken quite a lot of time, and I'm going ahead and state whatever information that you have stated. As it relates to the assistant PRO, I would not have you say anything against that individual. As I stated earlier on before by the previous caller who asked the question about the road rehabilitations and where the funds are coming from, as I stated, it's the 150 tax which was added, as well as different other avenues that the government is going to, which is in terms of loans, to go ahead and fix the road infrastructure that was left in a dilapidated condition by the St. Lucia Labour Party. And I want to thank you so much for giving us a call in and sharing your views on the show here this evening. Okay, we are 13 minutes past, or rather 14 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Speak On It. You are tuning to Hitz FM 92.1 in the north, 91.1 in the south, as well as UTV channel 124. Again, my name is Kanisha Flavia. I am your host for Speak On It. Thank you so much. See you next, same place, same time next week for another episode of Speak On It. Have a good evening. Have a productive week as well. I thank you.
Keep talking. Let them talk, keep them talking. Hey, we're gonna keep them talking. Got a lot more coming. We're gonna keep them talking. Laugh when they're talking, yeah.